I've been with Co-op News, as Sharmila said, since 2012. I joined after graduating from university. And I didn't really know much about cooperatives when I joined. I don't know about the rest of you, but when I joined, I simply applied to the job for the job. I didn't really know much about the cooperative sector. I'm originally from Romania, and I moved to the UK just to study, and then I got this job, so I stayed afterwards. We don't have as long of a history of cooperatives in Romania. So I didn't know much about them, and I tended to associate them with state ownership and forced collectivization. So I didn't really know much about the cooperative movement in the UK. And once I joined, I started to find out more about this business model. And I was really fascinated by it, by how it can contribute to local communities and benefit members and employees as well. When I joined, it was the International Year of Cooperatives as well. I think we all remember it was a big celebration, 2012. So we had the big conference here in Manchester, Cooperatives United it was called. It was the ICA Congress. And I got to meet a lot of cooperators. I was very impressed with how international the movement was as well. I didn't know there was an international cooperative movement. So it's been a learning curve ever since for me. I found out more and more about the movement. In the UK, we are the only publication writing about cooperatives specifically. There are other publications that occasionally mention cooperatives or that focus on the social and solidarity economy, but we're the only publication specifically focused on cooperatives. And to tell you a little bit about Co-op News, I think some of you may already know about us or may already read us, but might not be familiar with the long history we've had. We were initially set up in 1871 by the retail sector in the UK. And initially Co-op News was very much a UK focused magazine. The magazine at the time wrote about what was happening within the cooperative sector in the UK, but they occasionally had articles from cooperators in other countries or from reporters who had traveled to other countries. So there was always an interest in what was happening in other countries and in other parts of the world within the UK cooperative movement. And we had the specific section within the magazine focused on stories from abroad. But it wasn't something that was explored properly until the early 2000s, when obviously Co-op News started having its own website and publishing content on its website. And the editor at the time noticed that a lot of the readers came from abroad, the readers on the website. So they decided to have a whole international section in the magazine as well, because people in the UK were keen to find out what was happening abroad. And so we've had, over the last couple of years, more and more international content, and it has been an important area of growth for us, because there has been a demand from both the UK and from other countries as well to have like a kind of a news hub for cooperatives. So in terms of how COVID has affected us, we're working, like probably all of you, from home at the moment. We're still in a sort of a lockdown in the UK, although it's not a very strict lockdown at the moment, but the number of cases is going up again. So there might be that in a couple of weeks, it might be that in a couple of weeks time, we'll have to stay at home all the time and not go shopping at all and stuff like that. So we don't know what will happen, but we've continued to work from home and we've continued to publish content on our website. And we still have the printed magazine, and that goes out on a monthly basis to our subscribers, and they've continued to receive that. So nothing has stopped really. We've worked from home as usual, like probably all of you really. I think we're all in the same situation. But it's difficult in the sense that there are no events at the moment. So the job has become a lot more home-based, and we don't get to be as active as we used to be. So I really miss that. But we've continued to keep our subscribers informed Oh, and in terms of our subscribers, I was going to mention that as well. Um, the majority of our subscribers are either cooperative societies, the retail societies, or other cooperatives. And then we have individual members as well. These can be anyone, anywhere in the world, people who just want to read the magazine, and some opt for receiving the print issue, and some just have the digital version, because there's a digital version as well. But everyone can access our website. I've said that the magazine was set up in 1871, so next year will be a really big anniversary for us, 150 years since we were set up. So we're planning a couple of events, but I can't give you any details as of yet because nothing has been yet approved by our board. But expect to see a lot more on this in the coming months. So we're planning a couple of celebratory events. Well, obviously it depends on what the COVID situation is going to be next year. We don't know yet, but we have a couple of events in the pipeline anyway. So it will be good to have people involved in that as well. I think that's it from me. I don't know what else I should say, really. I think all of you are familiar with our work anyway. So yeah, that's it from me. I look forward to hearing your stories and your thoughts. Yes, I think that would be a good idea. Perhaps it could be formed as an association, an association of cooperative journalists. I think that would be good, because I mean, a lot of what I've heard today are issues we are facing every day as well. So it would be good to be able to share this on a regular basis and to exchange experience, because we're all facing the same issues. Going online is another big thing for us as well. We still have the print publication, but we're trying to focus on online and on the digital aspect of it more and more. The problem, as the others have said, is generating an income from online, because people will pay for the print issue, but not necessarily for online. So they can read our stories online for free. So why should they subscribe? Is one of the questions. But then some publications have paywalls, and then they don't work either. So it's difficult to know what works, I think. And Unal is right. I think we need the cooperative movement in our specific countries, and maybe even at global level, to support us in some capacity, because it will probably get more and more difficult. I imagine a lot of cooperatives will be affected by COVID and will have to cut costs. So yeah, I could see them cutting funding maybe, or not willing to spend on cooperative journalism. But I think that's essential to keep members informed still. And members do want that. But it's a difficult question. On the one hand, we're asking ourselves whether we should continue to focus on having a print issue, or we should just completely switch to digital, issues that I don't think this is specific to cooperative journalism. I think it's an issue that all journalists face and all publications face, and the print media in general. It's a discussion we've been having for years now, on whether there's a future for print or not. It's difficult to know, really. I think some trade magazines are doing well still, but it's very difficult to predict, especially with the new generation coming through. They will want to read their news through apps. They will want to have access to news features through their phone on an app or something like that. But then to have your own app is expensive. You have to invest in that to begin with, and you don't know whether it's going to be successful. So yeah, I think it's difficult, but together we can find solutions, or we're more likely to find solutions together. I think they can help by promoting the work we do and sharing it across their social media channels and sharing it with their members. And for example, if someone wants to become a member of a cooperative, or someone wants to set up a cooperative, they could be told about the existence of a cooperative publication, because that could help them educate their members. But that's not the case at the moment. So we need some sort of formal relationship with our apex bodies at local level, and kind of a mutual relationship, mutually beneficial relationship, whereby someone can learn about us through the apex or through the cooperative or through the local organization, and then in exchange we will help to promote cooperatives and write about cooperatives and keep their members informed. So I think that's how they could help, primarily by helping to promote what we do.